6:30 in the morning and I can talk because Raymond, my now famous upstairs neighbor, and one of my downstairs neighbors has gone to work, so it's safe for me to chit chat. Hopefully nobody else will be running around in the hallways. But I've been up since 5:30 and painting. And I've really made a decision the past couple of weeks. Well, I always do this, but there's something that has shifted in me where I really need to make my entire being about painting again. It's been there, but more in a fake it till you make it kind of way. And I feel like we're so close to actually making it, to reaching some of the goals that I've been trying to attain. That my head is in the game. My head is more in the game. So um, I kind of have a sink load of dishes in there. My carpets need to be vacuumed. The floors need to be washed. And it's not nearly as important to me as painting. So it's all going to go to the wayside um, so that this takes center stage. It may get really disgusting in here. I'm not sure. But I wanted to talk this morning about, well, putting my head in the game. Oh my God, never mind. I don't want to be thinking, I don't want to make the rest of my day, my obligations today, the focus, because it does get very frustrating when I go into, um, when I go into my other obligations, and really I want to be here. But if I wake up early and I have this feeling of connection with the work, connection with painting, and possibly seeing some of my goals coming into focus, I want to make sure my head and my heart are here. So it's up early, something in the game, and I don't even remember where I was going because, it's very early. And I get out of bed, I take my medicine so the RSD gets under control a little bit, and then I get to work as soon as I can stand up without issue. Anyway, I want to talk about this, my favorite thing in the whole world, Gamblin' Artist Colors NEO MEGILP. You can find it in Dick Blick, Jerry's, and probably 100 other stores. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's um, because it is such a tiny company. It may be not as readily available. I know you cannot get it in a big store like a Michael's, where they sell more craft supplies. This is for oil painters. This is a series medium, and it is a beautiful medium. I've talked about it before, but I wanted to show you a couple things. This morning I was painting and I'm like, wait a minute, dude, you should be talking about it. So I'm setting up the painting in back of me, and I'll show you my reference material. That's my reference material. Please note the size of the reference material to the size of the canvas, and that's how I work, and I get paint all over it, and then I confuse myself, and I love it. But I'm doing not the first layer. The first layer, well, first it's black and white gesso for me, just swiped everywhere. Then it's aerosol, where I lay out the basic figures and the shapes using cutouts and different things that I have, like a graffiti artist, but not nearly as brave. And then sometimes I'll cut back in with black gesso in basic shapes. I don't think I did it on this one, but now I've been laying out the basic shapes for this one for a while. But now I'm laying in basic lights and darks. And what I've done, do this. This is my milk glass palette, and I've talked about it before. Ooh, there goes the Neo. Um, this is the NEO MEGILP. It's not quite clear, but it's not really, it's like an ambery color, but very light. And I'm mixing it in. Well, I did have an off-white. Let me see if I can mix it up. An off-white. Because what I want to do is indicate, I'm just making a mess. What I want to do is indicate where the lights will be, but without putting in white. So, I'm just kind of going to go Now, if you using other mediums, you can't quite go as light. I don't want to just go in and do a really heavy, heavy, heavy white down here, and then later find out, oh, I will, and later find out that it's in the wrong place. It doesn't feel correct. When I look at the photograph and then look at my canvas, I check it by how it feels. I don't look at it. I don't do that one. It's looking up, how does it feel? Does it feel correct? That's how I work. It's a lot of hoofing and, feeling stuff. But now I'm mixing in Gamblin's translucent earth red, which is somewhat mangled. This stuff is fantastic. Translucent earth red. I've talked about it a million times before. You can thin it out with the NEO. You can mix it with other colors and get these really great effects. It's just the best color. They have a translucent earth orange, but I don't like it as much. I like the red. It's not really red, it's brown. But whatever. So now I'm going to take my translucent earth red and a little bit of blue, and I've got a generic blue on this from Dick Blick. Alright, I'm not really sure where the tube is, so I'll show you my red one. But I've got a Dick Blick blue. I would love to buy all Gamblin, but sometimes the tubes are a little too expensive. Sometimes the tubes are a little bit too expensive for the project or for my budget. So I Band-Aid it. And right now I've Band-Aided it with, I don't know what shade of blue, but it's a nifty blue, mixed with the translucent earth red. And I'm trying to go in, I'm mixing the color in lightly for the shading. And I'm able to go in lightly because of the NEO. I will make it darker and darker, my little shadows, darker and darker and darker. But for right now, lighter is better. I'm not going to go heavy. So that's really what I wanted to show you. Was, like, look at that. I've gone over a little bit. Here, I'm going to show you. There. Look at, I've gone over the pants a little bit with the white, but you almost can't see it. And I can take it, because it's wrong, and wipe it off. Same with down here. If I don't want all that, I can wipe it off easily. So that's why I suggest NEO MEGILP. Because you can make the paint as thick as you like, as I did up here, or as thin as you like, right down there. You can wipe it all off, and it's going to, it's going to do something. But NEO also helps the paint to dry quickly. Like, I can come back in 15 minutes, and it's a little bit thicker, a little bit richer, a little bit more playful. Come back in a half an hour, and it's just even a little bit more playful. Come back tonight, it's dryish. I can still take mineral spirits or acetone and scrape into it to thin it out a little bit if I want tonight. If I look at it and go, I can take some off. I love this stuff. I tell everybody about it. I go to the art supply store and I tell people in the store about it because it's so magnificent. And that's how I found out about it. So I'm going to have to close up shop in a few minutes. I'll have to shower, or in a little bit. I'm going to have to shower. So I'm going to go and I'm going to dig in. I've got to get shapes and colors in here before I split for the day. But anyway, NEO MEGILP. Ciao.